Thank you everybody. Thank you for coming out. Look, it's always a very, very exciting time ahead of a cup final. I can tell you everybody at Grindavik is just bouncing off the walls to get out there and get the game going. But do we have any questions? Yeah. Yeah, mate. Yeah, Chaz Hogan, Aussie Journo. Now, mate, look, I can't help but notice that Skojan is, he's left for Bayern. Yeah, you know, I mean, it's sad to see him go. It always is sad to see great players leave, but we wish him well, and we get along without him. Yeah, but mate, come on. I mean, the fee that Bayern is reporting, I mean, it's smaller than a Bilby's dick. What's going on there, mate? Yeah. I mean, look, I just forgot he had a release fee. You know, it happens to the best of us. You know, it happens to Pep all the time at Manchester City. It's a problem in the game.
Synker samman till segerstroppen Maltan Grindavik Och jag vet vattnen ger idag.
Hey guys, I'm Multi-Villain and welcome back to Grindavik on The Impossible Dream. It's Season 15, Episode 5. It is Cup Final Day in Iceland today. We have KR that we're facing in that final, and then we have a Hungarian side, an upset in qualifying for the Champions League. We're going to be facing the Hungarian side, whose name I can't even kind of pronounce, instead of AEK Athens, which is not what I was expecting, that's for sure. So that is all well and good. Now, unfortunately, the inevitable did happen, and Skojan left us to go to Bayern Munich for 3.4 million. Look at that transfer value. He's an important player for them. He somehow looks better in somebody else's jersey, doesn't he? It's such a shame. It's such a shame. I would have offered him that much. I would have paid him more to stay with us. But, yeah, I mean, he wouldn't let me negotiate a contract with him. So there we go. No doubt he'll come back and haunt us in the Champions League at some point. But I've got no one to blame but myself for not checking his contract, really. But anyway, it's done now. There's no point crying about it. I've done plenty of that off camera. And the other thing that's happened is we have had our youth intake as well, and surprisingly good. So we can see here the intake, and there's 3 guys that potentially are going to be very good. Oh, Morty's decided to come and have a look at the youth intake. Hey, mate. Now, we've got the goalkeeper here, a promising goalkeeper. If you could get your butt out of my face, Morty. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, let's try this again. So, promising goalkeeper. He's got very, very good handling already. And, yeah, there's a lot to like that we spent some money getting a young goalkeeper in. And, well, the youth intake may have finally come through for us when it's a little bit too late. But anyway, yeah, we'll see what happens with him. We've got a midfielder here who's potentially quite good. Unambitious is potentially going to hold him back. But okay passing, the technique is good. Again, there's a little bit to like about him. Physically, he's okay as well. So we'll see if we can sort of mentor the personality around and see what we get with him. And the other sort of top quality player we got here is a right winger who I've got to say, again, has some good attributes. He's pacey, decent dribbling and crossing already. Work rate is there, so we like that in our wingers. Decent flair. So again, we'll see what we get. And there's a couple of other ones here as well that could turn out to be not the worst. We've got a young right back here who can tackle and cross and isn't too bad physically. We've got a centre back here. This guy's just a generally well-rounded centre back. Arguably, he's better than the 2.5 star that he's predicted to be. Now, there's one other one here. I'm just trying to remember who it is. This guy's okay as a left back as well. Again, can tackle and dribble. Positioning's not bad and physically not too bad. I think it might be this guy. Promising striker. Now, I don't know that there is a striker there. His finishing is low. Off the ball movement is okay. Morty is determined he is going to be part of this episode. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. I'm thinking maybe, yeah, like it says over here, a left winger perhaps, because he's got okay pace. He can cross. So yeah, I think that's more the sort of player that we're going to get. But it's good to have someone that's promising anyway. We've got another centre back here who's already a very, very good tackler. And we've got another winger here who is a little bit rubbish, if I'm honest. So we probably won't see much more of him. What do you think, mate? So yeah, if you like any of these guys and you're a qualifying Patreon, then let me know. But compared to what we've had recently, that's a really good intake. And the GAGs are going to be really good next season. Let's see how, of course, they go in the cup final today. Now, one game to catch you up on, that was the second leg of our qualifying, was it third round, wasn't it, against Koper, the Slovenians. So let's see how the second leg played out. Raul put us ahead on the night. And a counter-attack was finished by Seema for our second. Before a Seema stunner made it 3-0 at half-time. But Puol went walkabout to gift Koper a goal back. So there we go. It was 3-1 on the night. I've had to put Morty outside. He's just insistent today. But yeah, it was comfortable, but we just never showed up in the second half whatsoever. They got a goal back. You can see on the XG tracker here, they just at times played us off the park. But it was, I mean, the tie was dead. And D'Ambrosio is concerning given that we've just lost Skojan, and of course we sold Kruzliak to give Skojan game time. So yeah, not a massive fan of that, but what about that Seamer strike? Absolutely brilliant. But it is cup final time, so let's go and have a look at what we're doing with these gags. It is a 4-2-3-1 that we're expecting out of KR, and this is the team we're sending out. Rafferson in goal, Bodvartsen, Mortensen. Again, guys, not ball players. Mortensen, Unnesen, and Snyder as the back four. Turpinson with Meyer and Allmarks. And we're going to go with a little bit more experience for the final, I think. Junior, Bjornsson, and Baltensen will be the front three. And yeah, this is a game where we've got on the bench 2 departing gags, a goalkeeper who we never really saw. He's off to, I think that's Sweden, isn't it? But Halmarsson is off to Valla. He's training on really, really well once he's realised he's leaving. So in a way, that's good. But if he'd done that sooner, he could have had another contract and stayed. He's developing quite nicely all of a sudden. All right, so I've left Zariev on the bench. Obviously, he will not be coming on. Yeah, just I didn't realise he was there. So that is a shame. But in terms of players you recognise, Ragnarsson, you may remember we had him. He was a striker that we sort of developed for the league. I have a feeling this guy came through our system as well. I'm almost positive he did, actually. And is there anybody else there? This guy definitely did as well. So there's a few ex-players here. Hopefully none of them come back to haunt us. And for the cup final, I think we've just got to stick to the game plan. We'll be fine. And yeah, as ever, give it to Baltensen and he will give us the cup. And here we go. Again, it looks like a sellout at the National Stadium, which is nice. And yeah, it's just I'm annoyed at myself for leaving Zariev on the bench because we could have used a fullback, which is yeah. Because what I usually do when I'm setting up the gags is I just anybody who's not a gag, I just take them sort of out of the lineup on the bench and then I go through and pick the team. What I did on this occasion though, of course, it was Champions League, because I was just sort of dragging guys over, and obviously I just forgot. But anyway, he won't come off the bench, and that will be fine. It's a self-imposed rule anyway, so it's not like the game's going to penalise us for it, unless they injure all our players and we need, no one's left on the bench. But we would have made too many subs at that point. Anyway, as Turpinson gets caught ball watching a little bit, and with Turpinson potentially wanting to leave the club, just on loan. Now, this could be his last game for the Gags as well, as Baltensen can only win a corner when he was played through on goal there. Junior now. Let's see what he can do. Whips the corner in. It's a decent one. It's headed away, though. And Mayer just needs to be a little bit careful on a booking. And he's running around a lot. Not a massive fan of that. We don't really want to go down to 10 men. He does well, though, to win the ball there. And Bjornsson now comes forward. Bodvartsen's on his outside. There's not a left foot between them on those two. Oh, Hutchinson just beats the goalkeeper to it. And he just had just guided on target, didn't he? That's exactly what he's done. And we take a 15th minute 1-0 lead in the cup final. Bodvartsen, nice lofted ball. And goalkeeper just misjudged it, didn't he? He was never going to get there first. And yeah, Baltensen doesn't need a second invitation for a goal like that. It wasn't offside, was it? No. Oh, actually, it was quite close. But that's okay. It can be close. It just can't be offside. There we go. Junior runs a mile to win that. And KR now have possession. Can we put a little bit of pressure on them here to win this back? Mortensen should have that covered. Rafferson to Mortensen. I do think it's such a shame Turpinson never got an Icelandic Cup. I'm assuming at this point it's not going to happen for him. Same with Allmarkson, actually. They've both been, really good players in their time. Like early on when we were sort of first promoted and started winning the leagues. They were both very good players in the national champions. It surprises me that neither of them, I don't think either of them either got a call-up. There's a good bit of play. Snyder tucks it away. It might even be his first goal for the club from hands there. And it is his first goal for the club. So well done to him. A big stage to get it on. And that is 2-0. It's only a couple of minutes since the last one, but a really nicely worked goal. Really good awareness from Junior to see Snyder on his outside. And not a bad finish from a right back there either. So, yeah, very, very pleased with this. A goal and an assist from our fullbacks. And yeah, obviously, if that's happening, you're probably going to do okay as long as they can defend a little bit, which I think they can. Bjornsson now wins the ball back for us. Mortensen goes all the way back to Rafferson. Unison, he gets it forward for Allmarkson to Boutenson. We've got a good... look at the movement of the ball. The entire team. It's a wonder to watch. And that is headed away. Meyer loses out, but Unison is there. It's just relentless pressure, isn't it? It's just relentless. Unison gets it forward there for Junior. Can he whip a cross in? He does have a very good cross on him. They keep it in, but only as far as Junior. And a good block, to be fair to them. And it is cleared away. Yeah, we will give Hjalmarsson a sort of a bit of a send-off appearance. Because I think he deserves it. And then there's nobody else really on the bench that I'd like to bring on. Oh, it's too easy. And Boutenson, I mean, if they're going to leave one player all alone in the penalty area, it's certainly not Boutenson. He's scored against the best defenders in Europe. And I don't really understand what's happened there. It's gone straight through everybody. And Neil Boutenson will not get an easier goal this season. Turpenson! Just high and wide. And we are coming up to half-time now at 3-0. And we might take Meyer off as well on a booking. It doesn't really matter, I guess, if he gets sent off at this point, does it? Because, you know, game's pretty much done. We won't give him a full half. We'll just wait and see. We'll wait and see a little bit how the second half goes. But, yeah, I think Hjalmarsson, he's not going to go down as a GAG legend. But if you remember, the reason I found him is because we needed a left back. We had no left back when... Collar first went out on loan and he was playing left back for us as a right-footed kid that never played in the first team before. And to be honest, he never really looked back. He's been a GAG ever since. Most times he's been a starter. Just really this season with Snyder not out on loan and needing game time, and same with Bodvarsson. And then we've obviously got Mortensen and Unison at the back. That's the only reason he sort of fell out this season and was sitting on the bench. So we'll bring him on. And yeah, it'll be nice to see him get a goal before he heads off to Valla, where no doubt we will see him again. And I don't know, you know, how well you guys keep up with the GAG. It's obviously easier for me because I sit here countless hours every day playing. But yeah, there we go. We've won the cup, which is very, very nice. I mean, a dream send off for Hjalmarsson in that he lifts the cup, but didn't really see him on the ball or anything. I'm sure he was. Number 25 is the captain. I'm thinking that's Allmarkson. I think I had his number 8. Who did I have as 25? I would have thought Allmarkson was captain today, but maybe not. Boutenson, perhaps. But here we go. Icelandic Cup winners for yet another season. The GAGs are just very, very good. Even when the intakes aren't great, the GAGs are. It's great to see. Great to see. So we deserve to celebrate. We certainly do. Boutenson will probably be on the bench for Europe. I don't know that anybody else here is going to have to worry about that, though. Or Rafferson will be on the bench as well. So apart from those two, everybody down to Club Cadillac, and we'll have a night out. But yeah, that's 4 seasons in a row now. 5 of the last 6. Yeah, the GAGs definitely have been dominating cup football in the country, which is great to see. 7 times now. The club has won the cup as well, which is good. So there we go. That is that Europa League we've qualified for now. That'll end up going to the league because we are just so far ahead of everybody else. We'll be in the Champions League again next season. But guys, wait right there. Speaking of the Champions League, we've got to qualify for the league phase again. All right, welcome back. Let's go qualify for the Champions League. You can see the team we're playing here and why I'm not even going to try. Let's just call them the Hungarian champions. Let's have a look here at what we're doing. We're expecting a 4-2-3-1 out of them, though in truth, the scouts don't really know, even though they had a chance to watch them play versus AEK Athens. Why do we even pay for scouts? Sometimes you have to think, don't you? Anyway, Puwol in goal, Rusnak, Kone, Plemenos and Jimenez will be the back 4. Jonsson, Reul and Valenzuela. It is Milosevic, Sima and D'Ambrosio going up top. Now, one thing is that with the departure of what's his face, Skosian, we've now been able to register our new goalkeeper, the Spanish one, into the squad. I was tempted to give him a game here, maybe in the second leg if it's gone well the first leg. But what I don't want to do is, obviously we don't want anything to go wrong here. We need to be qualifying for this league phase. So let's go, hopefully, take a big step towards doing that. Alright, so we can see the team sheets here don't recognise, the famous Hungarian player Paddy Ryan is playing up for them. I'm going to assume he might be on loan or perhaps just not from Hungary. Alright, I always called it Hungaria there and I have no idea why. Absolutely no idea why. I spent too much time with my toddler, I think. Alright, and here we go against the Hungarian champions. Sometimes. Alright. But yeah, we've got some good players on the bench. I went with Valenzuela instead of Costa. Costa's not really looked like he has settled in brilliantly yet. I think he might be a little bit. We did this the last couple of years with Brennett, and before that it was Carlson, wasn't it? The guy that we loaned in to play in midfield. They don't always settle straight in, and often through qualifying early league games, we find ourselves with Valenzuela, or who was it at the time before we had Valenzuela? It was somebody else. It would have been before we had Bakali. And then they end up sort of eventually coming up the speed and and getting themselves as a regular starter. Milosevic with a ball in. It's headed away though. Raul is there. Good ball forward, and there's a good ball for Sima, who's got in behind, but tight angle, can't beat the goalkeeper. And on we go. It's a bit of a long old highlight, the fact that we're continuing here, isn't it? And they've tried to pick us apart. Jimenez has got a toe in, and in the end, Rusnak has got it clear for Sima. All right, we've got him on the break now. Valenzuela's in some space. Sima goes on the outside. Can Sima pull a ball across? He goes himself, and Wendell Sima, his 13th of the season. We've had 50 million bids after 50 million bid for him, all from the Premier League. Reading was the latest team to come in for him. And, well, this is perhaps why. It's a goal of the season contender, his second that we've seen this episode, and he's done it all himself. And D'Ambrosio, well, good thing he didn't touch it. I don't know if he would have been offside, but I think VAR would have had a look at it if he had touched it. Anyway, we've got an early lead, which is what we needed to see. D'Ambrosio now. We need a big performance from him here. He needs to fill us with confidence that we're not going to be a man short up front. Oh, and he has drawn a very, very good save out of the goalkeeper. Not one he knew much about, I don't think. It's one of those that hit him in the face, more so than him making a reaction save. But the goalkeeper's job is to keep it out, isn't it? Plemenos gets it wide there for Milosevic. Valenzuela can't get to the ball first. And we're just looking a little bit scrappy at the back here. And we've paid a price. It is 1-1. So that is not great, is it? Not great at all. And these guys, I mean, they beat AEK Athens. They beat them 3-0, I think it was. So, yeah, not... Yeah, Kone's just a little Kune or whatever however we're going to say that. Just ball watching a little bit, wasn't he? Didn't get in front of his man. Let's give it a focus. And I don't think there's a need to panic. But we'd rather not be at 1-1, that's for sure. As Plemenos gives the ball away now. Are we going to have a little bit of panic just when we don't need it? D'Ambrosio gets the ball ahead of Sima. Sima's in. Sima can't score, but Valenzuela, he can. Enzo Valenzuela's third of the season, and he justifies his selection ahead of, is it Costa? I forget the guy's name that we loaned in. Anyway, he stuck his chance away. D'Ambrosio dropping in, doing exactly what we want the deep line forward to do, and defend the goalkeeper. They did okay, didn't they? But they were sort of in each other's way. No one was picking up Valenzuela. And that is us back in front where we need to be. Hopefully, their goal was just a bit of a one-off here. But there's some nervous and frustrated-looking players, which is never ideal. Milosevic with a corner to the back post. It's crossbar, it's post, it's everything but the back of the net. Crossbar post, yeah. And somehow it stayed out. It was Plemenos, it looks like, with the header. And are we going to get this to continuing? I don't think I've ever seen goal line technology give a goal before. We go again from the corner. Plemenos, this time he finds the back of the net. It's 3-1. And hopefully that little fright from their equalising goal is well behind us. And we can get on with this now and qualify for the league phase. Plemenos, towering header. And it's a big season for him, isn't it? He's had Grubasic next to him last season, who was sort of the senior defender, even though they're roughly the same age. This year, it's him. He's vice-captain of the club. He'll be captain on the field because Giacchini's on the bench. And he needs to be the leader for us. Milosevic off the crossbar. Milosevic is still unhappy as well. I forget where it was he wanted to go. It's just his annual unhappiness. He'll get over it. He always does. And we have that Hernandez guy anyway if he doesn't. So that will be fine. We want to not get complacent. No one's playing particularly badly, so we'll just say we have faith in everybody, and we'll get back out there and hopefully another goal or two just to make the second leg a formality. 2-goal lead is a nice lead to take away from home, obviously, but I think to be sure about things, we'd like, especially given the fact we have conceded, we'd like 1 or 2 more. Milosevic with a ball in, it's headed away. Valenzuela does well, but can only keep it in for Paddy Ryan. Hungarian legend. I'm going to see... Oh, it's a poor pass. Kune's picked it off. And can we go the other way now? Sima, who seems to be running the show from left wing. Rusnak now to Sima. Good ball through for Rayul. Rayul, can he pull it back? He does. Milosevic! Oh, that's a good finish. It was behind him. And somehow he's managed to get his leg and his knee and his toe around behind the ball to get the power into it. And it is 4-1. Midway through the second half. Great ball from Sima to Rayul. Rayul, nice composure, checked back, and good finish that one, isn't it? Really, really good finish. I think if I did that, I'd do my ACL, if I'm honest. But that's why I'm not a professional athlete. Valenzuela, we're pinging it around now. It looks like seemingly for fun. Jimenez, back for Plemenos. Milosevic to Rayul. Rayul, nice little side far. That's a wonderful goal. That is... I mean, in its own way, that's goal of the season, isn't it? What a goal from Milosevic. Well, what a goal from Grindavik. Milosevic just finished it off. Look at this little pass from Rayul. Oh, he's taken out 3 defenders with that one. It's wonderful stuff. It's Barcelona-esque, isn't it? Under Pep. When I say Barcelona, we mean Pep Messi back Barcelona, don't we? That was peak Barcelona. And I think that's my favourite team of all time. And I might even include teams I support. That was just a joy to watch, wasn't it? That all-conquering Barcelona team. But let's see if we can get another one. I don't think there's a need to show the second leg. So what we'll do is I will go and play through the second leg, and we'll find out who we're going to have in the league phase. I think we've seen enough here. Yes, we conceded a goal, but ultimately we've been by far the better team. We've looked like we can pick them off when we need to. And have they looked like they're going to put 4 past us? Not really. They've had one moment, haven't they? And to their credit, they took it. But I don't think we're going to have too much to worry about in the second leg, he said famously. Valenzuela's in again. Valenzuela has his second goal. Well, he's definitely given me something to think about as to who plays next to Rayul. It was Rusnak, our wonder kid left back, that did the assisting on this one. Sima played his part as well. But just those triangles, isn't it? Valenzuela through the defence. And at 6-1, there is definitely no need to come back. And that should improve his match rating a little bit as well. Kone is the one, isn't it, that's a little bit concerning. I wonder if in the second leg, I look at Plemenos and Zaharev as a potential central defensive duo. Might be a sensible thing to do. But a great performance from us there. That was really good, actually. I enjoyed that. It was a great game. Let's just say that. So 6 of the best for Grindavik. What a team we are. Sima, I thought he was absolutely brilliant. It wasn't just the goal. I mean, the goal was good, the assist was good, but he was always involved, wasn't he? So many sort of the assists to the assists as well. A wonderful Sima performance. Anyway, guys, I'll be back momentarily to see the draw for the fixtures. Alright, so we've got the job done in the second leg. That's all well and good. Let's have a look at these fixtures. Oh, they're not good. They're not good this year. We've got Sevilla again as a 4th ranked side, and Cadiz as well. We've got 2 La Liga sides as the 4th ranked. Midtjylland at home is not too bad as a 3rd ranked. Benfica away will be tough. We've got Dortmund, which of course means we'll be seeing Kruzliak. Manchester United away, and Man City at home again as our 1st ranked sides, and Nice away. And Nice are a very decent side. A lot of good young players that we get in our scout reports are from there. So, okay, let's try and plot our way through. We've beaten Sevilla at home before. Midtjylland at home, let's say we get that. That's 6 points. Can we get a point? Benfica and Cadiz away. I mean, it's not. Look at the reputation of the clubs. we've got to find a way to get out of the league phase, but I'm not quite 100% sure how we do it. Maybe Dortmund, could we take them at home? A point. I think we're gonna have to almost do it in draws, aren't we? We have to win Sevilla and Midtjylland. We have to win those, and then try and get 4 draws somewhere to get to our 10 points. But that is very, very tough. But anyway, guys, if you've enjoyed that, thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you next time as we get the Champions League underway. And we do that, obviously, away to Nice and then at home to Sevilla. It's a 4-point episode at an absolute minimum, isn't it? 4 points are required. Let me know if you think our chances are. Yeah, it's tough. We had a couple of decent years. This year is not one of those. Take care.